giving somebody the blues today.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about Tekken 8. I have a few different topics that I was saving up to do a video on, but I think now is the perfect time. With Tekken 7 finally being over, at least so it seems, I'm not really expecting Harada to do some magic trick and announce season 5. I'm over it. I think it's done. And I'm happy that it's over. I think Tekken 7 has done enough. Tekken 7 has accomplished its job. It revived the franchise. It revived the competitive scene. You have Knee, Arsenal, and Ash. You have these great players. Everyone's interested in their arcs, in their story, who will win. You have so much that Tekken 7 has accomplished. And a lot of people disregard all of that. Aries made a video. Aries made a really good point. And I think this is something that I will refer back to a lot because it was such a good point. He said people will play a game like God of War, Spider-Man, these story games, play it for 5, 6, 7 hours and then be like, oh, that's the best game I ever played. And then you will play Tekken 7 every day, 6 hours for 7 years. And then you'll be like, this game is the worst game ever. And I think that really does says a lot about humanity. I think that says a lot about humanity because when we get attached to something, we feel very, very passionate about it. Like God of War and things like this. People who play God of War every day, they are very attached to it. So one little change here and there will really upset them. And the same for Tekken. Someone who just plays Tekken for the story or someone who just plays it casually, they may not be into the minute details, right? I remember this one comment. Some guy was very upset. He said that they nerfed Jin's left leg or right leg, whatever. And he was like, it was some big comment about how Tekken 7 sucks. And I'm pretty sure for that guy to understand that his right leg got nerfed, he would have to have hours into the game. I don't know, it's just very fascinating, that whole sort of thought process. But let's talk about these Tekken 8 things. I have a lot to discuss, so no more talking about other stuff. The first thing that I want to talk about is a tweet from Harada. This tweet was him talking about why we didn't get an illustration art for, I believe, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, and 6 million, and 7 million. They did these illustration arts. Now, for my thumbnail, I sort of had to combine the Tekken 7 art with the Tekken 8 art to sort of make it because they didn't do it. And he says, actually, we have achieved 8 million copies long ago, but we declined to mention it. Also, I'm sorry I could not prepare the usual illustration because the studio artist was busy. Now, two things I want to talk about. When he say we have achieved 8 million copies long ago, first off, I predicted this. I seen how fast the player numbers was growing on Steam, how fast the new players was growing, and I predicted that we would reach 8 million pretty fast. Even though I predicted it, I was still expecting to be wrong because it's kind of surreal. Tekken 7 is so old, yet it's selling so much. So it was kind of surreal to see that. Another thing, Tekken 3 sold 8.5 million copies. Tekken 5, I think, sold 8.3. So I don't know. Basically, if Tekken 7 has not surpassed those games yet, I think it very sure will before Tekken 8 even comes out. If Tekken 8 passed 8 million copies long ago, I think those games are easily going to be overlapped, especially when you throw in the DLC. If you throw in the DLC, that it's already game over. You throw in Leroy Smith, Lita, that's enough to blow the old games out of the water. The DLC has been super successful, and I'm surprised. I'm just surprised with Tekken 7. The next thing I want to talk about. Now, this may be the YouTuber side of me, but when he says sorry, sorry he couldn't do the illustration because the studio artist was busy. In my head, I'm thinking, what is he busy doing? Is he busy doing illustrations for Tekken 8? Or does he just have like a side hustle? Or does he have other games he worked with? I don't know if that was just the YouTuber side of me who was like, wait, if he's not working on this, what is he working on? But That's something that came to mind because we know when every new game they add in some arts, some illustration arts. Yes, they reuse quite a lot in Tekken 7, but they usually add some new stuff in there. And the thing about those arts, those character panels, those are some of those are like hand painted and like hand designed on computers and stuff. It's really is art, and you know, it's art, and it takes time to do so many different characters, right? The next thing I want to talk about is a tweet. This tweet went mega viral. Cam Newton, the famous football player, tweeted about Tekken. Okay, no, I'm lying. It's not the real Cam Newton. It's a fake page that sort of tweets about like Cam Newton. You guys know how there'll be a famous celebrity, but then there'll be a clone page tweeting about everything that they do. That's one of these things. But one of these things that the Cam Newton page tweeted was a screenshot of Tekken. I think this is Tekken 3 Armor King. I know you guys are going to correct me in the comments, but I think this is Tekken 3 Armor King. It says, "This is probably the best fit of all time." This was uploaded November 20th, so this is fresh. This post got 178,000 likes on Twitter. Now, first off, this image here, this image of Armor King, this has to be one of the most iconic images in all of Tekken. Whenever someone talks about this outfit or this dope outfits in Tekken, it's always this image. It's not an image of him in another stage. It's not, that's something that's just this image kind of could be like a poster. It's so nostalgic and it really captures the essence of what Tekken stands for. The main reason why I want to talk about this in this video is I think they should bring these outfits back in Tekken 8. This is something that I was asking for in Season 5, which isn't going to happen, but they need to add in more customizations. You have this many people liking this tweet. Imagine how many people will be interested in the game if you brought back legacy outfits. You can do it in a bundle, or you can do it like whatever you have to do. People will be interested in buying it. People already put hours into mods to sort of bring these things into life. So I don't understand why they haven't did it. There was a tweet quite a while ago where Harada said, "Oh, we're not into doing old topics. We like to keep moving forward, and old designs is old designs." It's like, bro, look at the likes on this. I'd never seen anything on Tekken that wasn't a reveal trailer that had this many likes. And the thing about this Cam Newton Twitter, I looked at his page. His average likes is about 1,000, 700. So this 187,000, that is huge. And just think about the potential of this showing up in Tekken 8. They need to make it happen. Not just this, but all of the legacy outfits. The next thing I want to talk about is a post that I seen on the Tekken subreddit. Actually, no. Let's talk about Knee. I'll talk about the post later because I want to get to this Knee thing. Now, of course, Knee has been very vocal about being tired with Tekken 7. Knee has been saying for literally like 4 years that he's sick and tired of playing Tekken 7. He's been playing it for years and years and years, and he wants a new Tekken 8. There was a recent interview he did with Event Hubs. This was after the Kumite tournament where he defeated JDCR, and now there's a whole beef with Arsenal and Ash, and I did a video about it. But after that tournament, they did an interview, and this interview kind of flew under the radar because of his rivalry with Arsenal and Ash. But I want to talk about some of the final things in this discussion. I'll put it all up if you guys want to pause and read it. He talks about how he chose his name and some things that he regret. There is some good information in here, but I want to focus on the Tekken 8. So Raptor is the interviewer. Raptor says, "Is there anything you change about Tekken 7 right now, or are you completely happy with it?" Knee says, "I think doesn't need any changes at all." Now, I have to put Knee on blast. Knee, and also, I don't know what's up with these pro players. These pro players are like a different breed. You had Arsenal and Ash begging for Kunimitsu buffs, You have Nee crying when Steve Fox got nerfed, saying Steve Fox is dead, and then he's using Steve Fox in tournaments and blowing people out. Yes, he lost to Fakramram using Steve Fox, but that's Fakramram. I think their view of the game is a little bit skewed. They can't really understand, like, just how we can't understand that high level pro play, they can't understand our level of play. And it really is tricky for the developers to try and match both of them, right? I think there is a few things to change, but not much. Tekken 7 is pretty much done. It's over. You know, the only things, if I was developers, that I would do, I would nerf the DLC and I would nerf guest characters. That's pretty much it. And not even big nerfs. I would just nerf it just so it's fair, just so it's balanced. You know, that's all we really need. And of course, netcode and cheaters, but that goes without saying. The part where they talk about Tekken 8. Wow, okay. So do you feel like you want to keep playing Tekken 7 for a good while longer as the main Tekken game? Or are you hoping Bandai Namco give us Tekken 8 soon? And Nee said, oh, I like to have Tekken 8 and laugh. And I think this is how the whole community feels, right? Yeah, we may want Tekken 7 to be tweaked here and there, you know, oh, change this, oh, do that. But Tekken 8, yeah, we'll take Tekken 8 and, you know, put Tekken 7 in the drawer, and I'll play that in like 3 years when the nostalgia calls. What's funny is I recently did that with Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I reinstalled Tekken Tag Tournament 2. You guys will start seeing some footage on the channel. Not much. I don't know how much, but you guys will see footage.
Oh, y'all figured out 4 more? I'm not gonna take no. Hey, what? Oh, you bringing in 4 arms on me, bro? I don't care about none of that.
Playing Tekken Tag Tournament 2, I understand why that game didn't do so well. Tekken 7, you fight 1-on-1. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, you fight 2-on-2. My biggest complaint right now, or my biggest frustration with Tekken Tag Tournament 2 has to be the tag mechanic, which is kind of funny. When I think about Tekken Tag Tournament 2, I think about all the fun items, customizations, and the game, the stages, it just feels so much more alive. I don't know what it is about Tekken Tag Tournament 2, but it feels so much alive than Tekken 7. But when I was playing it, just some of the characters is just like, I don't know, it's a whole ordeal. I'm still working out whether or not I want to keep playing or not, but I am experimenting with dabbling in it. Now, talking about this Tekken 8 post. This is a poll, and it says, are you optimistic or pessimistic about Tekken 8 having good online? Theoretically, Tekken 7 install base may not even change if they left the online unchanged, since there's not much in the way of competition. Tekken 7 is still fun as shit, even though the online experience is vastly inferior to rollback fighters like Strive and Mortal Kombat. Curious to know the subs. Thanks. 407 votes. 195 is optimistic, 107 pessimistic, 105 show me the results. Now, I guess I would say I'm pessimistic. I talk a lot about Tekken 8 and what I want it to be, what I hope it will be, but going off what the developers are doing right now, I don't know how it will be. It really is a mystery how that game will turn out and what that game will be. The mechanics, the netcode, the cheaters. I say this all the time, and I think it's true, but I kind of am trying to will it into existence. I really want Tekken 7 to be the beta for Tekken 8. I want them to keep on trying with the netcode and try until it works. So when Tekken 8 gets here, it's perfect, it's flawless. One major issue with Tekken 7, and something I hope they don't repeat in Tekken 8, and in all honesty, I don't think they will, but local save files. Local save files is the biggest disaster in Tekken. If you remove that in Tekken 8 and you make it on a server or something like that, that will fix 100 problems. That will save so many headaches and, you know, people getting upset. That one thing. But yeah, I don't know. We really have to. I know this is the thing. Tekken 7 has made so much money. So we know they have the money, they have they have the budget, we know they have the talent, we know they are capable. It just matters, what it really comes down to is their vision. Their vision is going to be very important, and also what they learned. What they learned is going to be very important going into Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is really going to be a Tekken 7 too. That's what I'm gearing up and am expecting. I'm not expecting some huge leap like everyone wants. Everyone wants them to take a huge leap like Tekken 4 did. I don't think that would be the case. I think they're going to play it very safe, but they're going to make some key changes, and those key changes can really make or break. And I don't know. That's pretty much it though for this video. I just want to talk about these things, many different topics, and put my thoughts out there. Tekken 8, I feel it in the air. I feel the spirit. Who knows? Hopefully it gets announced at E3. I'm praying it does, but we'll have to wait and see. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.